is unacceptable. In Black society, we get to say, yes, this is unacceptable. Some of you all don't even know that you're being pimped and that grocery stores are doing magic on you just by the colors, the positioning, and the packaging and the lighting. You don't even know that prisons and jails implement these principles. These folk know you better than you know yourself. And some of you don't even know the reason you react the way that you do, even though we know that our subconscious mind is what controls about 90 to 95% of all of our actions. The unseen part of ourselves are reacting and responding to stuff. But that ain't all where I want to go today. I don't want to be so ultra technical with this. When I was in prison, federal prison, when I tell y'all that y'all don't have mamas and daddies, me being a person who was targeted, me who lived a standard that the judges I was before, the attorneys I was before, the prosecutors I was before, the so-called public pretenders I was before that my civil legal work I was doing all over the country, but specifically within the state. I was moving at a standard that they themselves weren't. When I was in the belly of the beast, when they snatched my braids, when they snatched my clothes, when they snatched my swag and how I looked, I had to become very, 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 very. They made you masculine because of the clothes that they gave you and the environment that they put you in. That's how I became a master landscaper on a military base. That's how I became what they called me the prison warden in the construction area, called me the queen of the doors. I had no previous training on stripping and painting doors, but I did it better than anybody else could. And I was mad at myself because in prison, that was the last place I wanted to do stuff with excellence. But it was so in me. The high standard, every which way I went, was so in me. There was nothing that I didn't do, that even my work, driving a John Deere, made military folk and prison staffers marvel at my work. That ain't nothing to brag about for me. When I lost all of my properties, when I was going through hell and high water leading up to one of the most tumultuous battles of my life at the time, lost everything, and I was just trying to make a little extra money, I worked at a gas station. One of my former tenants came in there and said, I used to rent from you. You working at the gas station, honey? Yes. How much you want on number 6? In the gas station. Every single time I went, my clothes were always ironed. I looked my best. I took a shower before I went to work. Even in that pathetic little gas station, I cleaned, I bleached, and I organized. So much so that I didn't know that our little lily white owners of the gas station chain came in there one day. The report came back to me days later from my boss. Y'all listen to this. This from a gas station. My boss said that the owner's daughter came in there and said, listen, y'all, who's ever heard of this phrase before? She had a pleasant experience at the gas station. She said it was one of her most pleasant experiences at the gas station. When the people, y'all know the worst bathrooms in the whole wide world are gas station bathrooms. Talk black to me. No disrespect, brothers. No disrespect, men, but you got a lot of truck driving, can't seem to pee in the toilet people don't believe in washing their hands, people that come up in there. So I was going to make sure that bleach, you can smell the bleach while you pumping gas. Get out the tank. I made sure that sucker was stocked up with soap and water to encourage sanitation. Some of y'all don't know how you can correct people without saying nothing. If somebody opened the door and you can tell they didn't wash their hands, there is a certain kind of look, sister, that you can give. That says, look at this eye right here. Look at this eye. That says, did you wash your hands? Nasty. They said that the people would come up in there talking about, this is the cleanest bathroom I ever. Y'all ain't hearing me. I got a $16 tip one time at the gas station. Customers would come in there and tell me they wanted a $1 lottery, $5 lottery. They would buy them one and they would buy me one too. Talk black to me. I worked at Wendy's when I came from prison. Was still in another form of custody. The people would give me tips on a regular basis at Wendy's. Said because of the experience and the environment I provided at Wendy's. Let me tell y'all a little story. My level up job when I got home from prison from the Wendy's was Home Depot. Y'all don't want this kind of deep truth. Home Depot. They was willing to pay me more. They did the background check. They didn't care about the background. Talk black to me. Thumbs up, share, share, share. I know it's just a few of us in here, couple plus thousand of us. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. No, we didn't post today. And stay tuned for more information on the follow-up video because so many of you all asked me about the video that was deleted last week. I had no control over that whatsoever. Stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Y'all ain't ready for this deep truth. See, you think other people dictate whether or not you're a goddess. Let me tell you something. I was at the Home Depot. The Home Depot. Family. See, it's impossible to shame me because I know my divine nature. I know what I'm called to earth to do. And it was only a matter of time before my environment matched that. In the meantime, I level up everything I go to, from the gas station to Wendy's to Home Depot and the prison. Miracles happened in the prison while I was there. Slowness. I would iron every one of my clothes were ironed, including my sheets. When I was in the belly of the beast, that was a form of resistance for me. This is too deep for some of y'all. Some of the hating staff, some of the hating prison staff used to try to get secrets and dirt on me from other prisoners who I was in a similar unit with, and they never had nothing on me because I had a standard when I went in there. A lot of those I was locked up with was in there what we call gay for the state. That means that these were whole married women. And on the weekends, their kids were coming with that same mouth they would kiss their husband and kids with. That was the same mouth that they was fishing another female prisoner with. They didn't like me so much in prison because if I was in the same unit with you, they knew I didn't play that. I said they knew I didn't play that. I didn't care what you was there for. You ain't finna be lipping and lapping in a bunk above, beneath, around, nowhere near me. Now, let me tell you what the prisons did. I'm talking about standards. See, some of you don't have no standards. This new for some of you. I maintain this in the belly of the beast. And they couldn't stand me for it. You do you, but you ain't finna be licking and lapping over top of my head. You finna get your funny looking self up out of here, little girl. The inmates knew my schedule when I would go to religious services. One of the units I was in, these fools had me on the lookout. Y'all ain't ready for this truth in a federal prison in Texas. So they knew my schedule where I would be on the weekends for my religious services. Watch this. They got tricked out one day because this particular religious service was canceled. God, today! So I came back at an unexpected time. There was a couple of different units, and one of the chicks was up here on the higher unit, was on the lookout, and saw Vicky coming early. God, today! I was peeping game. See, criminals teach you how to peep game. People that's criminal minded teach you how to peep game good. So I was coming back, and I noticed that somebody was strategically placed on the top corner. Y'all play too much. Got tricked that day. Service was canceled. Play too much. Somebody say standard bearer. Instead of them looking out for the CO, they will be looking out just as much for Vicky too. Talk black to me. I wasn't no snitch, but you ain't about to be lipping and lapping, licking and lapping over around me. You better get your, give a doggone what you was in there for. So I noticed one of them was strategically placed at the corner. I was walking from the compound. It was quite a ways away. Watch this. I made it up the steps. There was another lookout. This particular one was standing there in the middle, the center, upper area, just before I got to the room that I was in by the washers and dryers. Y'all play too much. Somebody say criminal minds. Them criminals be deep criminal thinking. The way one of them was flupping and bumping, it was too late. Because Vicky done already made up the steps. The service was canceled. They didn't expect that day. They knew when to eat, when not to eat. Hint, hint. So they didn't get enough time to get the little nasty Becky out the room. That was one of the Beckys. So they was doing biracial. They was doing all that swirling. Even the women was swirling. It's hard and strong. It was an opioid Becky that I was in the room with, and I was giving her that work all the time. Because she wasn't just doing that. She was tweaking all the time, bringing them drugs and stuff in the room. They know how to do it. And they know how to do it. But this day, the service was canceled. The lookout was moving a little too slow. They was rushing in there to tell them, but it was too late. I saw the girl pulling up her drawers. Let me just keep it real with y'all. Somebody say standards. They had a greater tolerance for the prison staff because half the prison staff, they dishes dirty. Half of them are part of the LGBTQ community too, and some of them like the prisoners. Let's just keep it real. I maintain those standards. Girl got so mad. She couldn't stand me. I used to run all the time. I got awards in prison for the number of miles I used to run each month. I can't wait till I'm healed better so I can start running. The girl used to see me out there, white nut job carrying opioids, still on drugs, swirler. That's just too